Welcome, curious minds, to the deep dive. Today we're tackling a real enigma, trying to piece together, one of history's most disturbing unsolved mysteries. We're going deep into the Dyatlov Pass incident. This happened way back in the winter of 1959. So you have these 9 hikers, young, experienced, led by Igor Dyatlov. They were heading into the Ural Mountains in Soviet Russia. A tough trek, yeah, but doable for them. Aiming for a Torten mountain, and then just silence. Nothing.
Right, and that's the immediate hook, isn't it? How a planned trip by capable people goes so horribly wrong so fast. Their goal, Torten Mountain, it was challenging, sure, but within their skill set. So when they didn't check in, well, that concern quickly turned into a major search operation.
Now, what the searchers eventually found was just bizarre. First, the tent. It's discovered, but it's been slashed open.
Yeah, slashed from the inside. That's a crucial detail.
From the inside. And all their stuff, warm clothes, boots, supplies just left there. And the footprints leading away from the safety of the tent out into the freezing darkness, the woods. And many of these prints, barefoot or just socks.
Think about that. Seasoned hikers fleeing into sub-zero temperatures without shoes.
What does that even tell you? What could possibly make them do that? Abandon everything?
It screams panic. Utter, irrational panic. It suggests whatever they faced, it completely overrode their training, their survival instincts. It wasn't just an accident. It feels like pure terror.
And it gets worse, unfortunately. The discoveries that followed, they only made things stranger. Over weeks, they found the bodies. Some, sadly, died of hypothermia, which, in that environment, you can understand that part.
Sure, that's tragic but explainable given the condition.
But the others, they had these horrific injuries. Things like crushed ribs, fractured skulls, really severe internal trauma.
And one woman, Ludmila Dubinina, was found missing her tongue and, well, her eyes, too.
It's gruesome. But the really baffling part...
No external signs.
Exactly. No signs of a struggle, no external wounds that would explain, bones being crushed like that. How does that even happen?
It stumped the medical examiners right away. It rules out typical animal attacks, even a straightforward fight. It's just medically weird.
And then there was the radiation.
Ah, yes. High levels of radioactivity detected on some of their clothes. Not enough to be lethal on its own, perhaps, but where did it come from? It just adds another layer of impossibility to the whole thing.
So, okay, what breaks bones without breaking skin?
Yeah.
Why flee into the deadly cold barefoot? Why the radiation? You can see why this has spawned so many theories.
Absolutely. For decades, people have tried to make sense of it. The first logical guess was an avalanche, right? That was the initial official thought years ago.
Right, but that's been pretty much debunked, hasn't it?
It has, yeah, for a few reasons. The slope above the tent wasn't really steep enough for a major slab avalanche, and the tent itself was sort of collapsed but not flattened in a way you'd expect from tons of snow hitting it.
Plus, the footprints leaving the tent seemed orderly at first, not like a chaotic scramble from an avalanche.
Precisely. The hiker's pattern of movement, the nature of those internal injuries, it just doesn't quite fit the avalanche model cleanly for many people.
So, if not an avalanche, what else is on the table? The theories get wilder from here, don't they?
They do. You get into things like secret Soviet military tests, maybe a weapons test gone wrong nearby. Some talk about infrasound.
Infrasound, like sound we can't hear.
Yeah, very low-frequency sound.
Yeah.
The idea is that maybe wind conditions created this intense infrasound that can induce feelings of nausea, dread, even uncontrollable panic. Could that explain why they fled? It's a theory.
Okay, that's interesting. Less physical, more psychological, maybe.
Possibly. Then you have the reports from other people in the area around that time mentioning strange orange lights or spheres in the sky that obviously fuels UFO or paranormal explanations.
Right, the lights in the sky, can't ignore those reports.
And of course, popular culture sometimes leans into the idea of a Yeti, the Russian abominable snowman, or some unknown creature, though there's no physical evidence for that.
So military tests, infrasound, UFOs, creatures. It feels like none of them tick all the boxes, do they?
That's the core of the problem. Every single theory seems to explain some parts, maybe, but leaves other key facts unanswered. The radiation, the specific injuries, the missing tongue. Nothing ties it all together neatly.
It really is resistant to a simple explanation.
It is.
And even though Russian authorities revisited the case recently in 2019 and concluded it was an avalanche combined with bad visibility causing the hikers to get lost.
A lot of people remain unconvinced by that updated finding. It still doesn't quite satisfy all the strange details for them.
Which is why I suppose the Dyatlov Pass incident keeps pulling people in. You see documentaries, books, People even visit the site,
Hmm.
this sort of dark tourism. It speaks to our need for answers, even when maybe there aren't any easy ones.
It really does. Whatever happened up there on Kholat Shakal, the Mountain of the Dead, it was powerful. Powerful enough to drive 9 experienced young people into a lethal freezing panic.
And whatever it was,
Yeah.
it seems destined to remain buried, hidden beneath the snow and the silence of Dyatlov Pass. Makes you think, doesn't it? Some mysteries just seem to want to stay mysteries.